early on. I mean, usually these games, sometimes the energy's low. It's hard to really get going. But, I mean, both these teams are coming out. They're playing hard. They're showing good energy, and that's what they have to do, no matter what the scoreboard says, no matter.
At Creighton, even before that at Arizona State, below 30% from deep all 3 years, and he got to 31.2% in his final year at Creighton. He's an athletic dunker, too, as that shot is missed inside. Rebound comes out to Pulikitis looking at
the post, but I think he's could get a lot of workouts.
See, with one of those guys being Taylor.
Yeah, Huntley, a couple of boards back-to-back.
Reynolds can't get the jumper to go, but another hustle play off.
He has a couple of not just, basic passes, but really setting up his teammates for easy scores. Bates trying to go 3 for 3, and look at this, he does.
Tamar brings it. It almost went out of bounds. He'll pick it up, try a 3. It won't go down.
Good swing around the key. Bates gets it back, gets another crack at it. Good passing this time by
potential all-tournament team candidates here as it's a running layup that's good for Tamar Bates. He of Missouri. Hard to get some of those all-tournament guys from a game out of the consolation 7th place, but I'm sure there will be some.
If you're only talking about that time, I think about 3 players might get the credit for that shot block for White. So great job there on the team. Deep foot 3, and he's got a tendency sometimes to settle for some tough shots, but today he's filling it up.
You saw Jemiah Neal score it, and there's another basket for Norman Sports Club.
He's been consistent all week. I mean, he's just a guy that's just going to bring it. Like Kyle O'Quinn said that he was, he's an everyday guy, and that's what Say Edwards is this week. And Tamar Bates, I mean, that's going to be a fun matchup.
Yeah, the all-time three-point shooting leader. A heck of a performance last night with 28 points in that 82-80 win over Portsmouth Sports Club. It'll be interesting to see who conversations, our analysts, our play-by-play action, any of the games you want to see. It's available up on PrepSpin. Go give it a follow on the X. PrepSpin, you can go back and watch the archive matchups for all of you PIT aficionados. This man from Atlanta was playing with the Clippers for many years. He's been in postseason games, but we mentioned the 7.57 talent as it's scored off the glass with the kiss by Tamar Bates. Players like the Towns won't go, and Locken gets the rebound. Attacking.
Wow, good take to the basket, just didn't drop.
Tamar Bates almost got that one to go. 300 points, most of his college career at UC Davis. Started out at Loyola Chicago. Empty trip there on that sequence. Here's a deep one, and it's going to be good as that one is delivered. Put it on the board for about a 12-second difference between game and shot clock. Degenhart with the pump fake, trying to get by Sanders, gets rid of it. 3 on the timer. They'll try a step back 3, and Tamar Bates knocks it down. High difficulty on that shot. Second free throw won't go down. Rebound collected by Bates, and at the horn it will hit the front end of the rim. That would have got some eyes around. He's starting to impress.
It really is. He's having a great tournament.
Up to 20 now. Here's a deep 3 ball. That one won't go down for Bates. On the move game long.
He has, and he has really, I think, opened the eyes to a lot of overseas people who have maybe not knew what they were in for when they came here. He can really.
Well, there's one thing about this event, if you're tuning in for the first time or you've been a regular viewer, is that one's off the mark for Bates. A lot of players will have that green light. A game-winning shot from Derek Queen in the round of 32 against Colorado State, and we'll see Julian Reese from the Terps in this PIT later on today as that shot's off the mark. Roberts gets the rebound. Julian Reese, Roger Brown's Restaurant. He'll be in action coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Tamar Bates has got it, and he throws it down with the left hand. With the left hand, can't get the finish inside, and it's rebounded by Tamar Bates. Rough day for Roberts scoring, just has 3 points only.
But you know what, he missed a shot.
Here, Smith and Carter off to a great start. That backcourt combination for the Norfolk Sports Club. Now it's an 8-point lead as Tamar Bates scores it. Apologize, I said field of 65, meant field of 68, National Defensive Player Information. There's a runner that's good for Tamar Bates to beat the horn, and just like Belton, knocking it down. 235 made threes in his collegiate career, all 4 seasons as a member of the East Carolina Pirates. trying to come right back at you and getting the friendly roll. Tamar Bates of the point game. A high scoring first half here. You look at the last game, 74-73. We're on pace to, I don't know about shatter that, but surpass that in this one. And there's another 3-ball that's drilled. Tamar Bates.
Stayed healthy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Wemby is just a different guy. That one's going to be given over. Oh, what a jam by Tamar Bates. Put that one for that. And, I go back to something I brought up earlier, is that free throws could decide this late. There's a nice rejection going out of bounds. Matthew Cleveland sending it packing. Now, you mentioned a little while ago, Daniel, that his vertical ability, and now here's a fall away to try to beat the horn. It won't go down for Bates, and the rebound comes out to.
Will be kind of interesting to see what lineups these coaches play down the stretch.
Bates misses the wing three. It's going to trickle out of bounds. Court for the PIT for decades now, and they got it redone about 5, 6, maybe longer than that years ago. Here's a step back jumper. Bates had it partially blocked. Degenhart stays with it.
And Richard had 12 in the first meeting. He's got 8 points already tonight. Drill backdoor. Bates went up, had it halfway down, and it came out. Look at they're switching everything on. Caleb Brill was Clayton there with 5 on the shot clock. Condon comes out to pick up Bates. Another one that's missed, and a push. And we'll keep it here. Portland and Jimmy, they are on fire tonight.
The ball is moving much faster than Missouri's defense is moving.
How about a block from Handlocked in his second? And then every big play has no Gray with a rip.
But still, Florida 1.8 points per possession so far in this game. That is a crazy high number.
Bates absorbs the contact and gets it to go. And here comes Florida. And he's the guy that they gather around.
Yep.
Step back 3 in the bottom for Bates. He can do that. Now it's a 7-point game. That's the pace that Missouri wants to play with. And Bates, difficult to get it over Condon. He was looking for a foul, and he will not get his man. Florida doesn't mess around with that ball. Bates gets the screen, throws it up, didn't get the call. And battling is get it to him. Grill wide open. No. Bates will take one. The fans are all tell you one thing, for a team shooting 71% though and making all those threes, it's only an 11-point lead.
Yeah.
And now it's 9.
That's on Florida. They never got matched up at all. And you've heard
Caleb Grill, 1 of 5 from the floor. Bates takes Condon. That's a pretty play for a lefty. That'll full court pressure from Grill or less. Amazing.
Alabama tracks the same thing. It'll be a very similar feel in our next game, Alabama and Kentucky.
Bates pulls up, no. Follows, yes, off the window.
On with his jump shot.
Yeah, 3 of 17 this week. Bates fade away, good, and a foul on Houck, a chance for 3.
How good is Tamar Bates? Right now, he's a 50%. He's I can pass it over you or just run over you.
Bates will try it again. No. Chinyelu had it, and he knocked it up. Perkins ran into the wall that is Chinyelu. They keep it alive. Bates no good. Tipped up, no good. Now the lead's back up to 8. Bates in traffic, that's no good. Look out! Houck came out of nowhere to grab it and got rid of it. Top, and that's going to be a challenge now for Houck. They go inside, and Bates a spin move on Clayton for 2.
Walker Clayton just got whipped. That's the only way to describe
Softball pitchers,
but not a legitimate one. No, not like Texas and Florida.
No.
No, it'd be by you before you saw it.
Bates strong with the left, no tip, no, and a Houck rebound. Boy, 2 for this Missouri team. They average about 37 points a game off the bench. A lot of that is Caleb Grill. Lefty 3 from the corner finds the bottom, and we've seen that act before. Tamar. Melendez picked up that foul. He goes to the bench. Whoop, pretty move. Bates An even better move to finish around 3 Bulldogs. An 8-0 run.
It's like he plays with a bigger rim than everybody else when he rises to fire, right?
Yeah. And it's like in slow motion when he does. Impossible shot for Bates, and he's on the floor. Chance for State to run. Points. Mississippi State doesn't have any. Three ball, too strong. That's out of bounds. It was Mitchell who all right, new game, 28-28 as Murphy knocks down 1 of 2. Grill doesn't shoot it. He passes, and then 1 ball fake 3 is money.
That is the right pass by Grill. You hear me say it all the time.
Trapped underneath the basket. And a bad pass and a turnover. Perkins, Bates. Oh, wow. Throwdown.
The Missouri team that wants to scramble you up.
They've missed 5 free throws. Grill, no. Easy rebound, though. There was nobody there but Tamar Bates. And where was the chair? And on the ground goes Matthews. Bates has it. The lefty to his right, no good. Matthews the rebound. Chance for the Dogs to grab the lead. Eaton on a Padula 3 at the buzzer. Phenomenal games. Oh, what a tough shot about the lefty rising Tamar Bates.
IQ as a big guy playing off the ball.
Already had a buzzer beater and a double overtime game earlier today. Difficult shot that hung on the rim for an eternity that falls for Bates. Hubbard chases Robinson. Here's Bates. The lefty. Step back. Nope. Rebound, Perkins up, no good. Defense against Kentucky, ready to take the floor for the first time.
And Muhammad Wagee is going to have to be really good against that Kentucky front line.
The inbounds play worked beautifully. Bates laid it up and in. He's got 21.
Try to get advantage on the opposite.
Great, not much of a scoring threat. Here's Tamar Bates downhill. Got by Carr and rolls it home.
Those straight line drives by Missouri are really dangerous, especially
some mid-range shot. Kentucky out of sync on the offensive end early.
Well, and 3 straight pull-up mid-range shots for Kentucky to start this.
Bates no, and it's rebounded by Amari Williams, who's second in the harassed by Ole. Mitchell behind Perkins. 9 to shoot. Bates tees it up. And a big rebound ripped down by Brandon Garrison.
Shooters in the world out here tonight with Brea and Grill.
Tamar Bates, who's senior, with a pull-up jumper off the back of the rim. He's only got 2 points here in the first half. Made him pay.
It just seems like every time this crowd has gotten their loudest, Kentucky has come up with a shot.
Bates being aggressive. A rarity. Gregg cleaning up. No. Watch 25 in gold. Mark Mitchell has 13 of Missouri's last 15 points. He waits in the corner. Bates takes a turn. Allen fights for the rebound, and it's to the Golden Girls. In his legs on Williams. Carr digs in. 5 to shoot. Cruz from deep. Bates with the rebound. Up and in for Tamar Bates on his senior day.
They has gotten better every single year. So coachable. You see the emotion by the parents because they have witnessed and seen the hard work he's had throughout his entire life.
And still great. And Godwin, as we mentioned, he's been really good offensively the last 3. Averaged 12 points in that stretch. 15 of 16 from the floor, and you can see why on bunnies like that in that last possession.
Seldom is
playmaker. And obviously, you want your point guard to take care of it. Missouri's going to throw a lot of things again at him here tonight and try to get him confused.
Tamar Bates misses the 3. Rebound raked away by Jalen Knight. Nice backdoor dive there. Bates cashes in off a good find from Mitchell.
Well, Mitchell, when he's out, see if they can get this under 10 at half and then go regroup.
Caleb Grill went down inside. He's hobbled as he gets up as Bates misses underneath.
Fears ended up with Cruz on it. Cruz has got to back out. He doesn't need to defend him 40 feet from the basket.
Bates, not this time. And Fears got tripped up.
Columbia. Chad, notice everything's in front. Help recover. Don't allow angles off the bounce for Oklahoma.
Bates with Wagee in his face said it doesn't matter. And Missouri is right.
And Missouri will push and they'll spread the floor to find their shooters. A good ball movement. They finally get it to Bates. He can't connect on the shot. Another opportunity underneath.
At home, they get shots up quickly.
Here goes Perkins off to Bates. Sees a little room and takes it to the rack. Can't get it to go. A little bit short. Teams have combined to start this one.
Game, Mitchell drove Vandy hard and finished around the rim. So far, Vanderbilt has not allowed Mark Mitchell to get those easy looks.
There's a jump shot from the hands of Tamar Bates, the sixth-year player. Good work from Tamar Bates.
They just have not played well offensively. They're not getting great shots.
Here's Bates.
Nice. Great footwork. You know, shooting is an interesting thing. It's preparation.
Against Texas A&M. Bates. Good work.
How about Bates? Everybody, we talk about his shooting.
Here's Robinson. Working on Huffman. Bates. Throws one up, in and out. No good. Tapped around a couple of times, and let's see, that's going to stay with Missouri. 9th steal of the game.
And Bates has size advantage and can jump over the top of Edwards.
And just did it.
And they find mismatches.
Tapped around, kept alive by Pierce. Here's Bates, no good. Blocked in the rebound. Vanderbilt.
Bates, Grill.
Bounce pass to Bates. Nice pass.
And talk about turn your head and not being a solid defender. And watch the defense. They'll guard the three ball more than anywhere.
Robinson.
Oh, nice pass.
Underneath, easy lay-in for Bates. 15 seconds.
Thomas passes up the three, lost the handle. Bates might have knocked it free. Lead back to place.
Active hands, active bodies.
Offensive board for Murray Boyles. Stick back. Lead feed to Grill. Grill drive and kick. This is Bates. Got his feet set and hits the three.
All right, partner.
Yep. Little cut to the rim. Wright had it knocked away. There's Robinson again with the great sleight of hand. Here's Bates. Monster throwdown. Get out of this. Girl from Wichita has excelled. But does that not factor into the point you just brought up? Look at Bates. Oh, it's another coast-to-coast throwdown. He's into double figures, becomes the 6th.
Offense well extended outside the three-point line. That makes it difficult for them to pinpoint passes and knock down shots.
Mitchell getting a lot of attention. Goes over the back of a Visic, but it's Davis pulling down the ball.
Mentality that the Razorbacks have been playing with. When they get the ball on the perimeter, they're pushing it and making sure they play into their stop. And that's a good stop right there as Tamar Bates.
Bates with the three, and he beats the shot clock and ties this game at
celebrate against this Tiger team as they inbound it, looking to run to convert.
Bates stopping, turnaround Jay, and it's Pierce with the board. Jumper short, and it's Mitchell with the two-hand board. Robinson the third trying to push it. Bates pull up Jay. Here's Grill, open three. He has been ice cold, has not scored in the second. It's Bates' turn. He knows what to do with it.
Can't count this.
Efficiency. Sears gets swallowed up that time after he picked up the dribble. Bates turns down the corner three. Tamar Bates. It is 10-zip Missouri.
What a start. Turnover. Missouri will run with it, have a chance.
Wow, the steal and then the immediate lead feed to Pierce. Here's Bates. Has an open one.
And both of these offenses, because they like to push, and your first open look, coaches want you to take, makes you a much better shooter. Good defense.
Bates, wild layup. Grill, who's a very good rebounding guard. That was last touch.
It's been fun.
16-1. So 5 seconds to go here, first half. Bates gets open underneath. Bates, difficult fall away. And that's the half. Missouri scores.
It already looks like they have picked it up a notch.
Stevenson kicked that one ahead.
Robinson deflected it. This is Bates. Got it. And the lefty scores it. A massive... What a scramble situation that gets it back to a 2-score game. Home run pass to Bates. Bates puts it in.
Caleb Grill, quarterback in high school.
Baseline drive and kick, sets up an open three. Bates can shoot it well, and he sinks the first triple. 38%. He's posting up Luke Kane. Grill kicks it out to Bates. Shot clock at 5 for Bates. And too strong on the 3 ball, but nobody grabbed the rebound for Georgia.
Long rebounds. The guards must get involved.
How about a third opportunity for Missouri? Gray left that one alive. And finally, Georgia corrals it. And that'll bring us to
21. As a matter of fact, against A&M, now they didn't have LeFew in the game, but he played all 40 minutes.
Bates responds with a triple on the other end.
You and I were in.
Mitchell, number 25 in black. Another bad inbounds pass leads to a turnover to Robinson.
Too much air.
Bates on a 3 and makes them pay on the other end. And now if you're Georgia, no call. Missouri clears it. And now Missouri might have numbers on the other end. This is Bates. Parting of the Red Sea, and Bates off his pogo stick slams it home. Pierce has it rejected by Absent. Late clock situation for Perkins. 4:20 on the game clock. Bates again right down the runway with no resistance. A straight line schedule. They're in a brutal stretch. Offensive rebound. Bates on the second. And that time, a nice box out.
That's 4 giveaways by the Sooners.
There's Mitchell again. Feet in the paint.
Bates, too easy. Baseline drive. How about a double pump? Bates up top, waits for a ball screen. Miles still hounding him. Bates, mid-range, back iron, and a rebound to Kobe Elvis.
Now Oklahoma has
this season.
They've got a mismatch if they can get him the ball.
Tamar Bates this morning. They can't have those pick 6 turnovers, those live ball turnovers that lead to easy baskets the other way. First shot of the second half is a miss for Bates and Mizzou. Successful season for Mizzou.
Won a game in the NCAA tournament.
Yep. Bates pulls the trigger on a 3.
You got to be careful now because the rec league game ain't proud.
You love it. I love it. Missouri continue. 5 guys have to get on that defensive glass.
Easier said than done. The rejection by Obaseki. He clipped the 3-pointer by Bates after they trailed 5-0.
Yeah, Mizzou's offense, they want to spread you out.
Bates off the mark with a mid-range.
And that's going to be a shot.
Well, he's got the range. He nailed a 40-footer at Mississippi State last Saturday. Here's Bates. Wide open 3, and Tamar Bates enters the chat. And that's going to be all right. 3-pointer off the mark by Solomon Washington, who's back in for Buzz Williams today. Buzz, or check that, Bates now has 5.
And defense going why they are top 10 material.
Do you want to see Caleb Grill perhaps be a bit more aggressive? Not when Tamar Bates is that open. Off the mark that time. And here's Phelps. After the errant pass by Payne. An opening for Mizzou. Well, you can tell Bates wants it. He'll take it. He'll get it back in traffic.
Here, out of bounds.
Perkins to Bates. Open from the corner. Josh Gray. An important rebound.
They're getting, this is a tough Texas A&M team. They're getting shots. I would say you have to use that over-aggressiveness to your advantage.
Bates an open 3, and he's off the mark. Couldn't pull the 3. This time he will. Top of the key. Cruz.
Okay.
Look, battling.
And grit, yeah, so it's, when he does get an opportunity, he's got to take advantage of it.
Bates on Washington. Forced that one up. Timer's winding down. And a shot clock by. Bates picked up by Payne. Boy, in traffic, couldn't finish. Marcus Allen. Aggies without a point. Almost 5 minutes. Bates slams it down. Tied at 49.
And they're out ball hawks.
Grill to Bates. Tamar Bates. Pinballs are come up huge. They've thrown it to him on the block or the mid post, and he's been patient and strong and getting all the way to the rim. Bates for three from the logo.
He's playing their physical, intense.
Bates blocked by Payne right at the rack. You want to talk? Aggies lead by 1.
Oh, man.
And a steal by Warren. The lob. Bates. Mizzou back in front. Bottled up. Grill to Bates. Who wants it? 4 on the timer. Tamar Bates does. And the rebound by Washington. The box out.
Trying to deal with Tennessee on the road.
When you think about what he did in his first year, SEC Coach of the Year, struggled mightily last year, and now they're back to an NCAA tournament team. If I'm Missouri
at 10. Here's the Duke transfer, Mark Mitchell. Bates picked up by Akpara. That's a 3. And Pierce sends it out of bounds back. Shot clock down to 6. Tamar Bates held in check so far. That's a 3. And Gray over the back.
And it's all.
Tigers not backing down from this Tennessee challenge.
They're going to get a good look.
Here's Bates off the front of the iron. At the break, I mean, what do you tell him? Just make sure you're stronger with the ball?
Yeah, absolutely. No pass can be a habit pass in this game.
Bates from downtown. That's his first points of the night.
Milicic is such a versatile offensive guy. You can post him, he can knock down threes, you can run dribble handoff zoom action with him.
Back iron for Bates. Milicic was fouled. Monster drop step. And Pierce comes away with it. Now Bates off the pump fake, drains a 3.
They are as good as we have in this league at those Tennessee's turnover issues. Much more cleaned up in the second 20 minutes.
Only 2 turnovers after 8 in the first 20. Bates, a calm finish, high off the glass. Mark Mitchell comes away with it. Bates for the tie.
They're just not strong with the ball, Tennessee, and that Missouri hot hands. Again, one of the best in the country at getting steals.
Bates open for a moment. That's a 3, so a 4-point possession.
No doubt. I mean, Tennessee had
Bates directing traffic.
Well, you cannot let Grill or Bates get one off.
He'll get one off. It's off to the left. And Gainey tracks it. Milicic off the mark. Tracked down by Perkins. Ahead to Bates. Blocked by Milicic.
Yeah, they'll look at this one.
Approaching a minute to play. Bates has to go. A step back triple. Drains it.
And big time shot by Bates. Akpara got switched
in the land earlier this season. Mizzou, we are learning and understanding what the Tigers are going to be capable of, and it surely has the chance to be a special season in Columbia.
He's got it now, number 33 in that bright gold. Trent Pierce wants 3. Missed it way short. Here comes Murphy to erase the Bates layup. Ball, but Schaefer. So you got 10 teams ranked in the AP poll on the men's side of the SEC. You got 8 more on the women's side. Dominant league, any way you look at it. Tamar starts to initiate, bounce back to Bates. So he's got the bigger Murphy on him. Bates, little jab step. Bates, step back 3, can't get it. And Gray with the offensive board. Secondary scorer for Mississippi State the rest of the way. 11-point game. In a top 25 battle to kick off our coverage today, Bates pure from 15.
Right.
Fouls. We haven't seen Anthony Robinson yet. Starting point guard had 3 first-half fouls. We've seen a lot of Perkins here. Out to Bates. The lefty cashes in. First triple of the day for Tamar Bates.
Remarkable the decision-making of Missouri today against just an aggressive, tough, physical Mississippi State team that makes you uncomfortable.
Tamar, 20 to go. Look at that number. 14 threes for Missouri. That's one off of their season high. Deadly from distance. And Bates hits the turnaround.
Well, you see how if you can't...
The basketball.
Robinson dumps it into the post. Shot clock at 5 from the corner. 3 on the way. Good for Tamar Bates.
Sometimes when you play... Perkins can't go under the screen. He allowed a very open shot. He won't miss many of those. Good move.
Bates with the spin move off the glass for 2, and Mizzou is in front. Ole Miss has had a couple of those at point break range. They haven't gotten to fall. Bates from the corner. That's another one.
Solid both squads.
Tamar Bates, tough shot, Brakefield tried to secure it, and he was fouled.
How quickly, though, the Rebels get back defensively. They want to stop everything that Mizzou has in the transition.
Bates, this time off the back iron. There's an offensive rebound. Put back won't go. There's another turnover by the Rebels. Ill-advised pass on the inbound, and an easy finish for Tamar Bates.
Missouri, the best team.
Dia had it taken away. It's another offensive board for Mizzou. Here's Bates from the wing.
Point game, I've always thought, predicates on either getting to the basket or the mid-range. Yes, he can make some threes. Yes, decent shooter. But if Matthew Morrell is aggressive going to the hole, I think Ole Miss is a better.
Now Perkins.
And Ole Miss needs some stops. They can't let Missouri get on a roll here early. Tough.
That's a tough shot. He's shooting well over 50% from 3, just limited attempts.
And if you go on the road in a big-time conference like this, you got to have answers.
2-on-2.
Throw it over the top.
Missouri comes up with the steal. Bates lays it in.
Another bucket off an underneath, out of bounds from a.
Grill looking for the run-through. Grill was able to corral it, gets his own miss, kicks it out. Bates tries a 3. Got a
3! Mark Mitchell has been quiet.
Get the switch. Brakefield. Late closeout on Bates, and he buries one.
They also go to the free throw line a lot. Here's Mitchell on Shedrick. 5 on the shot clock. In the corner, 3, no good by Tamar Bates. When we spoke, Mark Mitchell, number 25, their leading scorer and rebounder. Here's Tamar Bates. Bates with the drive and the strong finish. That's the man that usually sparks them early. Avoids. It's an elite three-point shooting team, one of the best in program history, and they do not turn the ball over much. Bates, no good from 3. And a fight for the rebound. Tamar Bates from outside. And rebound hauled in by Tremont Kaluma, weaving his way in. How did he get that shot even off? Nearly made it. Bounce pass. And the finish by Tamar Bates.
And that is something that concerns you. Oh! Get some! Catch your body, Tamar.
Bates the turnaround, rolls out, Grill offensive board, the kick out. Short 26 seconds left, an 8-point lead for the Longhorns. Bates will try to drive on Johnson and gets the lay-in. 18.6 left.
So this is Dennis Gates' starting 5. This has been the unit that has worked, at least to start the game lately. Mark Mitchell, number 25 in the black. He does lead this team in scoring about 13.5 a game. And so Arkansas trying to flex its muscles here in the first couple of minutes. Fland knocked it away momentarily from Robinson. Here's Bates for three. His first two. John, as a team, they're 49% from the field. Missouri is top 20 in the nation. Here's the sophomore point guard. Back out to Bates. Open three. Not that time. And a new 20. There a wild layup as he stumbled down. He's begging for a call. Numbers here for Bates and the Tigers. Tamar Bates lays it in. Right now. Here comes Missouri. Bates thought about it. Bates for three. Another Tamar Bates. This is great.
And good matchup Thero on Bates. Can't let him catch it and get an open look.
He wants the three. Got another.
You got to stay on the back. Bounce and take the jump shot. Nothing is coming very easily to this Razorback squad on the offensive end.
It was their second made field goal. Tamar Bates.
Have a night, Bates. Have a night of that zone.
So, yeah, Bates has got it here with the 13.
He might as well keep cooking.
Step back, offline.
And to put more pressure on this Tiger defensive team.
Ivisic got screen.
Look at
Extra
the ball
pass.
movement.
Bates puts it up. Strong. New 20. Robinson has it with 1:20 to go on the first. Davis wants to corner three. Way off. Mizzou could stretch its lead. Bates is running. Lob! Bates! No.
Wow.
That was Mitchell to Bates that time. First SEC win. They faced the gauntlet right out of the chute. Tennessee, Florida, Ole Miss. There's Mitchell. Couldn't finish. Tap back in. That should be Bates to get credit there. Instead kicks out. Grill into the paint. Bounce pass. Mitchell shuffles the feet.
Boy, does Z changes the game in there, doesn't he? I mean, he's around the rim. Three offensive.
And is a much different player than he was a year ago. Now a double-digit scorer. Open three. Bates, that's the guy they want taking that shot. He signals to the crowd, I got your three. Condon can't handle the pass down low. Bates can't leave him alone.
Didn't pick up ball.
Wow. That's a break for Florida. Tamar Bates.
Smaller Mitchell on him. They could take advantage of that tonight.
Bates, the lefty. Rise and fire, showing the mid-range game.
Yeah, he's so good at that, Mike. Just getting
tonight for a really good matchup. Another turnover. Aberdeen threw it right at Grill. It's 3 turnovers on the Gators, and that's an and one on the other end for Bates.
And Mike, the second turnover.
The #1 team in the land, but since then, they have been playing outstanding. The newcomers are beginning to mesh even better. This guy is still one of the better scorers in the league. And they have had, here's Robinson. He's been a problem for this Florida defense. Shot clock ticking down. Beautiful feed inside. That is Mitchell to Bates. Just left it short.
Yeah, that looked a little funny right there. I figured he would try to go up off that backboard and try to jump over 2 guys.
Bates on a 3, no. Flying in for the rebound is Mitchell. Missouri giving the Gators a taste of their own medicine.
Well, if I told you Mizzou would be winning the offensive rebounding battle, too, I don't think you'd believe me.
Well, they're going to get another one here. Bates on a 3, air ball. Save, that's an extra possession. No dice for Bates.
From the three-point line, 35% now, 7 out of 20, but certainly attacking the paint.
Great ball movement, sets up a wide open 3. No, tap around, Pierce, denied.
15 out of 15 games, so that's going to be a terrific matchup within the game as well. First 3 fired up by Mizzou is a make, and it's Tamar Bates. Averages over could be a scenario today.
Absolutely. I didn't mind that 3-point shot in transition.
Don't mind that one either if you're Missouri, because when Tamar Bates, 15-minute mark of the second half. Bates probing the right side on Magnon. Takes it strong. Missed it. And McLaughlin cleans it up for the Commodore. Clock ticking down to 10 now for Tamar Bates. Bates still with just 3 points on the afternoon. Tough three. Got it! That will go ahead and make some noise for the leading. Gone cold. Vanderbilt on an 8-0 run. Hogard coughed it up. Grill to Bates. Slam City! Missouri gets the crowd back alive. Tony Perkins. Mitchell, cross court. Bates, floater, got it.
Obviously, right away, they ran.
Quick pass to Bailey, couldn't quite handle it and loses it. Bates now trying to get to the rim and could not finish. Wow. Sears crashed. You have to get Cam Carter involved in here. He kind of was absent a good portion of the first half of their game against Vandy.
Well, you know scouting reports are going to try to take Cam Carter away.
Tamar Bates with it
on the defensive end, and then at least take care of the ball, get some offensive score.
The bucket by Bailey was the first score in about 4 minutes for LSU. There's another offensive rebound from his spin move by Mitchell. From the corner, Tamar Bates in that left corner, deadly once again. Over battle. It was a big issue in the first half for LSU against Vandy on Saturday. They got much better in the second half. There's Tamar Bates. Nice little reverse and score for Tamar.
Pretty good.
Gets around Gibbons. There's Collins, who caused him to adjust the shot, and a steal by Bates.
Kansas, so quite an afternoon that he had against his Jayhawks. 29 points.
Right on cue. He had 29 points in that win over.
Neither possession did they get him the ball.
Turn around. Tough shot with just 2 on the shot clock for Bates.
Defense. No reaching, no grabbing.
Shot clock already inside of 5. Mitchell kicks it back out. Bates 3, no good as the shot clock horn sounds. It'll deny Broom, averaging 18 points and 11.5 rebounds per game. Boy, nice little step back from Tamar Bates, the 6th-year player out of Kansas City. Memorial Coliseum, which is still standing just across the parking lot.
Good nice backdoor cut.
Yeah, Bates can't convert.
You know, early, if you look at things as a player.
Deep 3 from Tamar Bates. Chase down in the corner, 42% from behind the arc for Tahad. Bates, open floor, nice screen underneath by Gray to give him a lane to throw it down.
Yeah, good call, Dave.
Got some star power right here, Mitchell and Broom. But Bates will fire as the shot clock horn sounds. Mitchell crashes the glass, gets fouled. This for Auburn have all been 3-pointers. Bates, nice cut to the rim.
Good cut, good pass. Anytime you play an aggressive team, type of game. Terrific score. Shooter outside, can go off the bounce, 3 levels, can shoot it everywhere.
Bates, corner 3, short. Broom the rebound. Up ahead.
You might have guys banged up. It's a physical league. It's tough. So maybe more depth than they've ever had to have in the past. Wow. Broom has such great hands.
Another block.
4-3. And right there, you're able to get Mark Mitchell face up. Instead of on the block, he can face up and attack, use his athleticism.
Bates from the corner, in and out. That last foul, by the way, was on Octave, his first, and the team's
off the dribble, making crisp decisions. They're not holding the basketball. They're making quick decisions out of triple threats.
From the corner, Tamar Bates gets it to go.
And Tamar Bates, how good has he been, especially...
Show from Missouri. We go under 13 minutes to play in the first half. The Tigers with their largest lead at 7. Bates. That's just rattled in and out. Allen gets the rebound and goes right in there.
Back in defensive transition to not give up that fast break dunk.
Missouri's lead down to 6. Good cut to the hoop. And Bates with the layup.
Marcus Allen's going to be a really good player, Ben, for this team. He's a defense.
And Mitchell comes out with the rebound. Barrett looking to push tempo. He's got Bates. Bates has the baseline. Pierce flying in, couldn't slam it down, and a foul is called there.
Offensively, because their backside has been great in rotation.
Good crowd here tonight, too, for Missouri's non-conference finale, as Bates helped out his teammate Perkins there, at least 10,000, if not more.
Pace, quick, early offense, take good shots, don't force bad shots.
Here they go again. Pierce, the lob, and the slam from Tamar Bates. Rinse, repeat. Gray, outlet. Bates thinking about it. Calls for a screen. Shot blocked. A good defensive stand there by Alabama. Shaw. Boy, Bates wanted that out on the break. Instead, he's left alone in the corner.
Here, that's his shot. Spot up, catch and shoot. Just a smooth.
Text going. A lot of them recruited each other in the recruiting process. They believe in Dennis Gates. They believed in the program. And, you know, here's Missouri now. A year ago, it took them.
Night team that's had the same starting five every game. Stolen by Perkins. 4-on-3 for Mizzou. Here's Tamar Bates with the finish. Missouri wants to run, Fish. They get 22 points.
Conversation about Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey in the Big Ten, but you have to keep your eyes off for Yakachonis. He's as good as any freshman in the Big Ten.
Mid-range for Bates is no good. In the EuroLeague. Illinois has turned it up. It's a 6-point lead for the Illini. Tamar Bates steps through and banks it in. This is a Mizzou team that. And Marshall on the floor at the same time. And Allen nearly came up with a steal. It's Robinson who leads the way. Bates, transition three. He was feeling it.
Yeah, Missouri's trying to.
Boswell to Yakachonis.
Yeah, Missouri going into their depth a little bit, and Illinois taking advantage.
Bates got Humrickhouse in the air, couldn't finish. Marshall rebounded by Allen, who's seeing extended run in the second half for Mizzou. Bates trying to make it happen. Got it.
Tough shot. You got to have a player.
Bates working on Gibbs Lawhorn. Gathers again. Can't finish. Mitchell is there. Mark Bates gets a screen from Mitchell. Got to work on Trey White. Left-handed Bates into Ibisic. Got off balance.
Yeah, nice help there.
In the SEC ACC Challenge a month ago, they have a double-digit comeback in them here. Bates gets it. Northwestern was down to Illinois. Empty possession for Illinois. Perkins out to Bates for three. Tied at 75.
Right there by Brigham to blow up that ball screen. DHO.
Bates past Brigham. Bates has it blocked by Nicholson.
Where he can kind of make reads going right to left. He can go both directions. And right there, instead of going to the rim, he pulls up. Smooth stroke from mid-range.
Bates pull off. Wouldn't go off glass. Josh Gray after the offensive rebound and saves it to 7 early points for Pierre. Perkins has all 8 for Missouri. Bates. Rebound. Who else? Jerome Pierre.
And right now from
on the baseline trigger. Bates with 5. Bates creates space in the lane. Couldn't get it. Rebound Pierre. Jacksonville State has done a good job shutting Missouri down in transition. Bates, contested shot, no. Rebound Niagu.
Not a great shot. All the way back into the play. Doesn't foul. And able to force the turnover.
Bates gets by Niagu. Can't get it off the window. Pierre the rebound. Working on Pierce. Out of the corner. Left it short. Rebound Robinson. Stretch pass Bates. Tamar Bates, his first bucket of the night in style.
This place is as loud as it's been.
Making the right cuts. They look really fluid on the offensive end right now.
Strickland there, you could tell he was hunting for the great shot, not the good shot. Bates in the paint.
Tamar Bates keeps it simple.
Robinson guarded by Fuller. Bates on the drive, gets right to the basket, and that's what Missouri needs to do more of to get things turned around on the offensive end.
Yeah, they do.
Energy here early on.
How about David Coit, the transfer from Northern Illinois, making a start for Bill Self?
Tamar Bates for three. Got it. A Kansas City native. Adams going to work, stolen away. Robinson got his hands on another. Bates downhill. Loose ball and Kansas wins.
Good matchup. But now they switch.
Working on Mayo. Turns into a fadeaway. And it rolls home for Tamar Bates. Yep.
And yet when they get into half court, they're going to spread you out and play 5 out. A lot of pick and roll.
Third in the country in scoring, 91 a game.
Greg here to provide some depth for the big three. They did not show up against Creighton, and so far early, they're not playing well.
Bates got it again. He's used every bit of first floor action for 21. Peyton Marshall, 7-foot, 300-pound center, St. Louis native. Played his college ball at Georgia, high school ball. Bates now has double figures. Bates uses Gray twice. Pull up mid-range. Gray on the glass. And a step on the end. Perkins. Bates challenge three. Off of Gray, I believe. It will be Kansas basketball. Thing wrong, despite the fact that they're just 1 for their last 7. Jayhawks have not been able to close the gap. Bates in traffic.
Tough shot. Pretty good defense.
Florida prep history at Florida State University High. Bates off the window over Dickinson.
That's a great play. It's designed. Gray screen.
Scoring team in the country at 91 a game, yet using so much clock. Here's a big reason why. Bates is steal. And one! And he's going to the line, and Missouri is red hot against.
That got him a second technical foul.
You gotta go.
That was a golden era of Big 8 basketball. Great coaches. And this guy, speaking of great, he's been great.
He's a St. Louis native. He grew up big Jason Tatum fan. No surprise there. Bates. Nope. Bates has a size advantage. Shot clock at 4. Working on Coit. Now it's at 1. And Dickinson got in the way of that one. Hunter Dickinson, another double-double. He's got 4. Trimmed it. Robinson came out with it.
I think you got a foul if you're Kansas.
Dickinson tried to. And a good feed ends up with a Tamar Bates bucket.
Back, missed by Andre Stojakovic. The rebound, Robinson. Here comes Mizzou.
And Mizzou will push, and they'll look for early shots like this one by Bates.
Too strong from Tamar Bates, and a foul going for the rebound.
6 or 7-year-old player.
Off the inbound, Tamar Bates missing from the corner. The offensive rebound, Mark Mitchell for Mizzou. Nice give and go. Anthony Robinson, the kick out.
You know, it's interesting watching Missouri in the offensive end.
Oh, the baseline! Tamar Bates climbs the ladder.
Now, how does Missouri get an answer? You can't get it just by yourself. You got to find out how to get teammates open. And again, one of the better players, Tamar Bates, misses one point blank at the rim.
No look pass inside, and the fadeaway on the baseline. Tamar Bates, timeout Cal.
And when you have too much bounce like Robinson did that time, everybody kind of stands around and watches.
Tamar Bates. And the rebound flying for it, Madi Sissoko for Cal. Mid-range, Tamar Bates.
Right time.
And a much-needed bucket for Cal. Their first field goal since halftime. Tamar Bates again for Mizzou. The ball behind. 3-on-1 for Mizzou. The lob. But Tamar Bates lost it, chased it down, and capitalizes. Tamar Bates. 3! 1-point game.
answered now, Missouri. They didn't go away. They're still here. Now you're even on the road. 7 minutes left to go. That's where you'd want to be.
Tamar Bates flying down the lane, back in the game with his 4th foul.
Swing it more quickly. You got Bates for a jump shot.
Bates missing a 3, and Stojakovic the rebound. Here comes Cal racing up the floor.
Back to the basket, facing up Gray, pivots. Now dribbles towards the right wing, hands it to Robinson, curls it to the right elbow, left wing Bates, steps into a 3, missed it, rebound Gray with 2 hands. Kick it back out to Bates, reverse it right side, transferred in from. Right side between the circles, right of the key grill, right wing inside the arc. Bates curls to the free throw line, to the left block, lays it up and in.
Too quick for the defender, got right around.
Right corner, Frutrell with a 3, missed it, rebound Mitchell of Missouri. Left to right runs Mizzou, ahead to Bates on the right wing. Off the bounce from 3, missed it, rebound Perkins on the weak side. Tips it up and in and got fouled. Top of the key for Shaw, dribbles to the right side, hands it outside Bates. Bates handling the ball. Left to the logo, now top of the key off the bounce from 3, missed it. Futrell with the rebound with less than 3 to play. Side on the sideline for Bates. Fans outside right side of the key. Shot clock at 9, top of the key. Now drives left side of the lane. Puts it up, blocked by Daniels. Tried to do it himself. Had a man open in the corner.
Straight game for Mizzou. Almost a minute in, still looking for our first points here at Mizzou Arena. There's Tamar Bates. In and out. And the rebound by Vuga for in specific.
Yeah, he's starting to find his way here at Mizzou. Capable big, he's big and strong, but understanding his bread and butter is getting rebounds and protecting the paint.
Missouri 0 for their first.
Yep. But looks like Pine Bluff wants to run as well.
Well, those are some role reversals there. Mitchell missed the 3, but Robinson was there for the rebound, and Mitchell cleans up a lot better offensively coming out of that timeout.
Sometimes you just got to get a little rhythm and realize you can play with these guys. You got to defend better than that.
Tamar Bates took it to the basket.
Back this year to be able to really push pace and play aggressively.
Miscommunication, and Tamar Bates takes advantage. And Missouri starting to sprint away here.
Those wing entries.
That's what we've seen from Missouri on this homestand. Good cut, Bates to the hoop. They're going to keep bringing that energy.
Yeah, great zone.
Now the freshman Boateng back into the hands of the veteran Perkins. The lob. And was looking for Shaw. There's Bates, and they're going to count that and the foul. Mitchell, a little confusion there. Bates drives, has some space, and the hammer destroyed the rim.
Big time poster.
Championships at the highest level of college basketball in Canada. Spent a year at Texas Tech as an assistant last season, and now guiding this Pacific program. As Tamar Bates misses, and Mizzou is 0 for their first 3 to start this game. Tamar Bates. Cruz thought about it. Bates. He'll go from the outside. Offensive board by Gray. Josh Gray is owning.
Seeing that here in this matchup tonight.
Tied up at 11 early on. He's got several Canadians on the roster as well. As Tamar Bates can't get it to go. There's the 5th rebound by Gray. And the put. Gardner down low. Tigers force another turnover. Caleb Grill on the break to the trailer. Bates, who takes it all the way.
It's a great pass by Grill. Good job by Tamar Bates. Continues.
Wes Warwick and Caleb Grill, along with Josh Gray, sparking this turnaround for Mizzou here in this first half. Step back for Bates. Just off the mark, but acted by Grill.
It's a great crash.
Point game. Bates on the drive, gets to the bucket. Tap, Koulibaly can't get it to go. There's Robinson fighting for the rebound. Mitchell to Bates, 3-pointer, got it to go. And now the lead is pumped up in freshman recruit. Only played about 3.5 minutes on Monday against Eastern Washington. Gray had a wide open lane, didn't realize it. Instead, it's a corner 3 from Tamar Bates.
Tamar Bates doing a good job.
Ivory to the bench for Mississippi Valley State. Jair Horton checks back in. Bates open off the inbound, and there's another 3. You at least have to have a hand in the face, don't you?
Yeah, you do. In
several minutes for Mississippi Valley State. That's a 12-0 Missouri run.
A good little backdoor read there by Tate as well, recognizing that the Missouri defense was trying to cut off that passing lane.
Going to drive. Goes underneath. Swung around. Bates. Straight away.
Beautiful ball movement. Once again, Caleb Grill job of staying close to him, sticking close to him.
Grill on the drive, kicks to Bates. One to shoot. I don't think Bates realizes it. He got it off. Can't get it to go.
Maybe the best defensive stand I've seen by MVS.
They did a good job of sharing the ball. And you mentioned maybe tinkering with some lineups. This is a different look as Bates takes it right to the hoop. Jacob Cruz and Caleb Grill starting the second half for whenever Coach Ivory came over. Bates into the paint. 1-on-2, still finds a way.
It's really good. And then relax on the defensive end.
Dennis Gates does not want his team to coast these final 10 minutes. Bates into the paint. Got it to go.
Really impressive there against a much bigger defense.
We had their last time out when they began the game on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, you never want to start a game with back-to-back turnovers.
Tamar Bates off the mark from 3. Josh Gray crashed the glass.
Well, to establish the block, establish the paint, get drives, but also play in isolation, play in pick and roll as well.
Against the zone here, Bates drills a 3.
And we were watching Tamar Bates shoot before this. Very efficient night. Really good post up there, keeping his ground. Nice turnaround jumper.
Bates all the way to the hoop. Two-man game with Gray.
That two-man game will be there.
He's going to attack it. 8 to shoot. Under 6 minutes to play. Bates. They have to pull up. Look at that offensive rebound by Grill. 2 of them. Really need to do to break this up, Jared.
Definitely it's flashing to the post. Too much standing around and everybody looking for someone to make a play. And Tamar Bates on cue goes and makes one.
That's exactly what he does. Hit the paint. Timeout Friday night against Howard. Missouri came out of that break with an 11-0 run. Bates in the middle. In and out. Rebound by Hartman. McLean started 67 games in 2 years there. Josh Gray and Tamar Bates. Bates open down low and scores. That rebound hauled in by Blake Harper. Oklahoma and Mizzou at 6:45 Central Time. Available also on the ESPN app. Open look Tamar Bates. Offensive board Gray. And he gets the put. Harper. Lost control. The steal. Missouri numbers again. Robinson to the trailer. Bates.
More transition for Missouri.
Half. Warwick, little ISO ball here. Off to Bates. Bates, step back 3, got it! And that's how the first half exploded into the half-court offense. Bates now get the big 3 at the end of the first half. Pulls up from 15 and can't get the roll. Rebound by Dunn. Robinson right to the hoop, finds a wide open Bates. Offensive board, a little miscommunication there. Nice idea by Aiden Shaw.
See, now that they brought it to within 10, it looks like they got a little more pep in their step.
Bates, strong drive and finish. Bakery coaches and others that watch Mizzou talk about their defensive motor. It never slows down. Interesting to see how they play together. Bates hits a 3, just the second of the night for Missouri. And they long rebound into the hands of Robinson. Bates from the corner. Rebound by Harris. 2-on-1 break. A little bit. And then a half to go. Wide open. Mitchell instead finds a wider open Tamar Bates. He's been the only one who's been able to connect from the outside.
Limited last year because of injuries, back and healthy for Missouri. 5 on the shot clock. Bates from the corner. Off the backboard. Picked up by Dane. Big box out by Gray. Perkins the 3. No. Mitchell climbs the ladder. Second chance opportunity for Mizzou. And Scoop Bates makes Memphis for naught, and he expects more consistency. 5 on the shot clock now.
Yeah, and you take a look at it here, Memphis able to switch everything. And that's a tough shot. That's good defense by Memphis, right? Oh, wow, that's a tough foul. But the thing about this patient offensive possession, once again, for the Memphis Tigers.
Memphis reclaims the lead at 12-11. Haggerty make that Carter shot 40.3% from 3, and they're going to count the basket there. Bates drives, and he gets it over Cisse. Cisse a little late in trying to come over and block it. And Scoop point, 4 points per game last year, made 99 threes, and that set the single-season school record at Wichita State. The answer, though, at the other side, or in the other corner, I should say, that goes for Scoop. Bates, the step back. Danger gets the rebound. No call. Thought he got fouled, and he's not happy. Here comes Missouri down the other way. Scoop Bates against Jourdain. Contact, no call.
They're letting them play. Missouri to go to the line and get some easy buckets.
7 now on the shot clock. Bates pulls up. Got it.
Man, that's how you feeling, young fella?
All he needs is a little space. Rolls in and out. No, the follow. Nearly a bucket for Grill. They get it back, though. 34 seconds. Bates, who's back into the game, misses the 3. And a rebound by Cisse, and he's immediately.
Jamin Brakefield underneath.
Good rebounder and just great in that mid-post area, that time hitting in the 15-footer.
Pulakitis of Yale with his 3rd assist on that last field goal, although he did misfire on with Minnesota from William & Mary. That was just 5 years ago here at the PIC.
Yeah, and now with the NBA giving out E10s, giving out two-way contracts, you're able to see more and more opportunities.
He'll give his team an extra possession. Here's a deep 3 ball, and that one's going to rim out for Kobe Sanders. Long rebound comes to Norfolk Sports Club as Tamar Bates gets rid of it over to Eric Reynolds. His 3 ball event later on today. Darius Johnson, we'll see. Second free throw won't go down. Rebound collected by Bates, and at the horn it will hit the front end of the rim for Bates. On the move now, Ty Johnson getting downhill. His runner won't go. Up ahead, Locken's going to try to save it, and he saves it, unfortunately. David, certainly will see Opina and a Chili Killen from Marshall, who led the country in blocks per game. C.J. Huntley from App State. We mentioned Terrence Edwards once played in the Sun Belt, was the player of the year area. Trying to back it down against Huntley from App State in the Sun Belt. He'll turn with the left hand, can't get the finish inside, and it's rebounded by Tamar Bates. His Houston team, he doesn't have to score because they've had guys put the ball through the hole with guys such as Poplar, as well as the hoops from Sanders early in quarters, and Jonell Davis, who can 210 pounds from the Miami Hurricanes out of Atlanta, Georgia. He went to Florida State for a couple seasons and spent a pair for the Canes of Miami. Second foul shot also off the mark. 6-point cook. Osibor backing down against Locken. Ball's loose. Gets it back.
Great defense.
That was outstanding defense there. 4-point gap, running the floor. Also attacks off the steals. Here's Baldwin getting in the paint, kicking it out. Shot way off the mark for Cleveland.
Nice check.
Great effort there to dive to get it to him. Grill wide open. No. Bates will take one.
Amazing. Alabama tracks the same thing. It'll be a very similar feel in our next game, Alabama and Kentucky.
Bates pulls up, no. Follows, yes, off the window.
Where he gets his breath.
Perkins ran into the wall that is Chinyelu. They keep it alive. Bates no good.
And an even better person. And we talked about last year, he came in and took
way more shots than anybody else, but no one had a problem with it with that older team because of the type of kid that he is. Yeah, but a little different night for the Missouri team that wants to scramble you up. They've missed 5 free throws. Grill, no. Easy rebound, though. There was nobody there but Tamar Bates. And where was the chili in this tournament? Kugel behind the back. Matthews kick. Melendez. No. Double overtime game 6. Bates has made his last 23 free throws without a miss. Hubbard, that's no good. Rebound, you know who.
And with the ball fake in between his legs on Williams. Carr digs in. 5 to shoot. Cruz from deep. Bates with the rebound. Up and in for Tamar Bates on his.
Here's just kind of probing the top. Good eye and the release. Strong. And it volleys into the lap of Tamar Bates. Elvis sidestep for 3. And the rebound volleys out top to Bates. This is Tony
Perkman from right here in Nashville. Magnon takes it inside, lost the handle for a moment. Back to Edwards, and he still can't buy a bucket from the outside. 0 for 4. Mitchell flying down the rim.
I got to keep you. I got to make sure you're listening. Wow, tough shot. Great defense.
Another opportunity for the Tigers.
Size advantage for Bates.
3 is offline, and a new 20.
We know this about South Carolina. They have the physicality inside that can rebound and maybe cause Missouri some problems.
And so that is an early.
10 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Here's Grill, catch and shoot. And a long rebound to Bates.
Bro, with the strong finish.
But he misses the free throw. Thero 1 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Quickly the other way is Missouri. And a steal from Robinson. Here's Grill, open 3. He has been ice cold, has not scored in the second. It's Bates' turn. He knows what. 3 short. Grill tracks it down. Robinson puts it up, off the mark, another offensive rebound. This time it's Warwick, and his 3 falls.
Grab the rebound for Georgia. Long rebounds, the guards must get involved. How about a third opportunity for Missouri? Gray left that one alive. And same thing, high-low. And again, no, that time Newell missed it. A little too much English off the window. Georgia snaps a instant offense. Caleb Grill comes into the game for Mizzou. He had 7 in the first half. Shot clock was ticking down, so Surreal had to fire that one up. Not sure if that was
bounce, not necessarily for himself, but for his teammates.
Open 3 on the way, back iron. Oklahoma crashing again. They already have 4 offensive rebounds. Lazy pass stolen away.
And said, we're okay. We're okay. Have a seat. We scored. It's going to be all right. 3-pointer off the mark by Solomon Washington, who's back in for Buzz Williams today. Buzz, an opening for Mizzou. Well, you can tell Bates wants it. He'll take it. He'll get it back in traffic. Tamar Bates. Pops out to Bates. Now to Warwick. Swatted by Washington. And a timeout called by Mizzou.
In and out. Nope. You're Tennessee, you get up outside that 3-point.
Header of basketball. If you want to see any of the players in the PIT, today's your final chance to do so.
Yeah, man, I'm really happy to be here again. It's been an awesome week of basketball action, good networking, good.
Portsmouth Sports Club versus Portsmouth partnership, each at 1-1 overall, and as well as the championship game at 7 o'clock Eastern tonight as Huntley's able to score again underneath the cup. 2-0, Jenny King. One in transition, they'll bounce it up ahead, and Cam Carter will score it off the glass. He's up to 15 points. Cam Carter has been known to be three-point happy, but he's got some savvy scoring ability, and he led a dramatic win over Oklahoma. Ball, and that one's going to rim out for Kobe Sanders. Long rebound comes to Norfolk Sports Club as Tamar Bates gets rid of it over to Eric Reynolds. His three ball is money.
3-point field goal for St. Joe's. Eric Reynolds.
If you're behind, hey, we can cut into a league. It's a 2-point game right now.
Ball is stolen by Tamar Bates. Up ahead, the one-handed throwdown for C.J. Huntley, who delivers. They'll try to slow things down. Maybe a 2-for-1 chance, although Locken has other ideas. He gets the steal, 2-on-1 chance. Up ahead to Huntley, who finishes up the alley-oop, getting the feed from Bates. And it's a 1-point game again. Up ahead to Bates. And then underneath, count it, plus the foul. 3-point chance now for Telford. How difficult is in the Big Ten? You mentioned Maryland, but you got West Coast schools like Washington and Southern Cal, and Stanford and Cal now in the ACC. As an alley-oop is finished by Huntley to prompt the timeout by Damon Jones and Sales early in quarters, and Jonell Davis, who can be instant offense, getting ready to check in at the scores table in a moment.
Well, that was emblematic of a Houston team. Okay, they didn't score. They weren't known for their offensive
But the thing, again, that jumped at us, we talked about it during break. I don't know if our audience was able to catch it since we were during break, but he had just one turnover in 24 minutes yesterday, David, and today just one turnover in 24 minutes, so he's not making a lot of defense. That was outstanding defense there. 4-point gap, running the floor, head fake. There's Degenhart. Does a lot of heady things on the floor in that hoop. Getting him off his feet and locking, but unable to finish it was Gasson. And now kick out to Degenhart, who's ready to cock and fire, and he drains the three. Tyson Degenhart, 34. 10-point lead. Here's a deep three from the wing. It's short for Mayo. Didn't get enough arc on that one. Up ahead, and there's a jam for Davon Smith. The 6'1" guard can get up off the floor. You want to get them off. It's almost the old adage of what they say in the NCAA tournament, get them off their feet, get back to the hotel, and there's a three ball. That was wet. Changed his direction and got the angle to deliver too. Underneath, it's Degenhart. Degenhart got it. Up ahead to Carter. Maintains the dribble. Over to Tamar Bates. He's doubled. What a pass and a flush from Locken. Great play at both ends. The dish from the night for Portsmouth partnership, and it comes courtesy of the utility type of defensive junkyard dog. And now underneath, Degenhart responds to make it a 1-point game.
Florida is carving up that Missouri defense to start this game.
Pass down low. Perkins takes it into traffic, throws it up and in.
Mitchell trying to find some room to drive. Carey stops him, kicks it out. Bates, Cruz, fires, got it. That's a 2.
Himself to score it. Missouri quickly the other way. Caleb Grill, first look, trades it for 3.
But Ugasuk was on him.
3 short, Grill tracks it down. Robinson puts it up, off the mark, another offensive rebound. This time it's Warwick, and his 3 falls. It is not over yet with 40.
Can't turn it over against a Missouri team that gets out and runs and shoots it well in this building.
Part of the identity of this Missouri team. And Robinson turns the turnover into... Bates up top, under 5. Bates measures, tosses to Perkins on a late 3. Back-to-back buzzer beaters.
Well, that's got to be the area of concern. They gave up 15 on Wednesday. Gray in traffic. Gray sticks with it. Got it to go.
I don't know how he split 2 sticks
down there.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
A little tougher to find a blackjack table, I think. Here's Gray inside. Count it, and the foul.
Kevin, so it's a 25-point lead again.
Looking for his first bucket. Mitchell and Robinson with 5 each. It's been more than 5 minutes, but that ends right now. Caleb Grill. Perkins instead for three. Pure from outside. Tony Perkins, a transfer.
Better in that department this year. Errant pass, and that's going to lead to an easy bucket the other way. Robinson on a two-hand slam. Missouri forces 16 turnovers. And Martin tosses it out, trying to chase it down. He does. Wins the foot race, and then Bates steals it. Thunderous slam for Trent Pierce. Great defense by Mizzou. Bates driving kick. Pierce, three ball. Yes! A silencer by the sophomore.
It's just a rise and fire one-on-one move.
That's a win for the defense.
Absolutely.
Watch out. Watch out.
Collins, strong take. And the finish. And right now, Mark Mitchell is having his way for much of the day. Bates. Drive and kick. Baseline cut. Beautiful execution that time by Missouri. And on the finish is Tony Perkins. Free throw line off the front rim. Bates leaves it for Grill, an open deep three, and that's what Caleb Grill brings to the floor for Missouri.
Another timeout by Kentucky. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'll be off of that.
Banked it in.
Mitchell, three! Well, Mark Mitchell.
Point guard has played mostly off the ball so far this season.
Under 10 to shoot. It's in the hands of Bates. Pierce, we've seen him knock down that outside shot over and over again.
That's a great read by Tamar.
When it rattles out, there's a rebound for Josh Gray. Didn't see a lot of the 7-footer in the first half as he got 2 quick fouls. Mitchell in transition.
Yeah, automatic. Mark Mitchell, when he caught that ball, he knew right away, I'm going straight to the rim.
Robinson draws 2 defenders. Bates, Cruz from deep, puts Missouri in front. They needed that in the worst.
Trent Pierce just into the game. Bates. Missouri continuing to hunt for better shots, and nothing but net for Warren.
Beautiful ball and getting good shots. They just got to keep knocking them down.
Shaw wide open in the middle. Offensive board by Pierce. And now he'll put up a corner three. Got it, and the foul. And a chance for a 4-point running offense for Missouri. Mitchell. That's an easy one for Mark Mitchell.
Yeah, Mark Mitchell gets those dumb-down passes a lot off of the ball screens.
Not foul them. And then you still want to look for Bates. Right there.
Bates kicks it to the corner. Whoa! That was an arrow for Mark Mitchell.
He has averaged over 21 points with Blackshirt out of the lineup for 3 games.
Mark Mitchell underneath. And Mitchell lays it in, and Missouri reclaims the lead.
How quickly the Tigers will go from
First appearance for T.O. Barrett, the freshman from Oklahoma City, part of this heralded Mizzou recruiting class. And he's by himself, but it's left. Timeout, Cal. Approaching 6.5 to go. Off balance. Peyton Marshall at 1 made field goal all season.
Warwick top of the key. Off the bounce from 3. Missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound. Bates gets it in the left corner. Cruz, left wing, catch and shoot 3. Made it. Missouri with a 28-25 lead.
Missouri Tigers. I would assume that the scouting report of the Missouri Tigers is that they love to score in transition, and Pacific has made it pretty difficult for them to get those kind of looks.
Warren with the 3, and Missouri's got their first lead. A little bit of everything in this first half for Pacific. And it's back to a 12-point game. Allen left open from 3. Every single one of these Tigers can shoot.
Really can.
And here comes MBSU, poked right away by Robinson. Little helter-skelter here. Boateng finishes at the rim.
Good job there by Boateng, finding the open lane and
with the steal. Just threw it right to him. Warwick on the break. Extra pass. Another 3 from Mark Mitchell, and he's got that one.
Everything is just going well for this Missouri.
Missouri moving the ball quickly off the inbound. Boateng thought about it. Mid-range pull-up goes down.
Pretty shot there from Boateng. On balance, too. Physicality. He doesn't get bumped off his line a whole lot for a freshman.
Oh, he's got a wide open lane and a hammer.
Great read. Great read. Just a simple pass fake, too. Great across the floor. You're passing across the defense, and it's an easy deflection.
Gray puts it on the floor, gets to the hoop, forces his way to a dunk.
Bully ball strength, mano a mano.
From a 13-point game to a 10-point game. Robinson, a 12-point game.
For this game for the Missouri Tigers.
Right into the hands of Robinson.
And transition.
Lob and the dunk from Shaw. KC to KC. Who wants to drive. Missouri uses some clock here. And now there's only 5 to shoot. Bates in trouble. Good baseline cut. Allen is there.
First, mentioned Grill played just 9 games last year. Had a wrist injury, which hampered him most of the year. Bates gets it into traffic. That's Mitchell. He is strong. And Mizzou ties it up. Pulled up by Rogers, no. Loose ball into the hands of Scoop Bates. Leaves it nicely for Robinson. And Mizzou front iron, and Mitchell gets the rebound. 6 rebounds now for Mitchell. And back at the other end, that's Marquez Warwick. That's the scoring machine.
NBA playoffs really commencing today. I know the play-in games for folks say started yesterday. In the iron pocket, the Clemson once teammate, as you just said there, David, Ian Shefflin. We watched it last night with Chase Hunter going up against one of his teammates, and now it's Shefflin and Locken going opposite each other here in this one. But
that's how the European game is predicated right now. But there's so much passing, so much excellent passing that we can learn from the international game.
Joplin had the step back 3 from the wing, and then it minded if he's about 30 feet away. Oh, that one goes behind Locken. A little bit of a rushed pass on that sequence as Bates could not connect with his teammate.
This is like the Kentucky start from last night. A drive and a pass to Jimmy Dykes. Turnover, all Gators right now. Well, it's all Florida. I've got the Missouri fans thinking, how do we stop that guy? Bates got stuck in a terrible pass to Clayton. Back to 7, back to Bates. Clayton reached in, and Bates had nowhere to go with it, and he traveled.
Condon and Houck are roommates. And they just have, now Nwoko goes to the bench with foul trouble, but Keyshawn Murphy actually a better offensive player.
That was blocked by Matthews. Murphy down court. Melendez doesn't.
The leg gets by Bates. Gray was waiting. And into the hands of Caleb Grill. Stolen away by Oway. To be the first 2 of the game for Kentucky after making 4th
in there. This is a big, deep Missouri ball club. They run Bates off the 3-point line. They lost it to Jalen Moore. Hit ahead for Fears, and he will finish. And just thrown away. That is 7 Missouri turnovers, which for them is a relative volley out to Robinson. Help defense that time from McGee, forced the turnover.
Boy, he has been tremendous at both ends. That was tremendous help.
Shot clock at 10. Bates had it stolen away. Mignon off to McLaughlin. Back to Mignon. Another opportunity for the Tigers.
Size advantage for Bates. Oh my.
That's an offensive foul.
Does Bates have the answer for Missouri? Picked up his dribble, trying to force it, had it stripped by Davis.
Stagnant offense in the last possession by Missouri.
Bucket, Aiden Holloway, who is a very prolific three-point shooter off the bench, misfires on his first look. And then a uncharacteristic turnover by Missouri. They throw it out of bounds. Team, but again, behind by double digits for the entirety of the first half.
And keep an eye on the Alabama defense. It already looks like they have picked it up a notch.
Stevenson kicked that one ahead. Alabama, what do they do here? Phylon lost the handle. So did Bates. Stevenson on it. Sears cashes in. A wild scramble. Teammates.
Open three on the way. Back iron. Oklahoma crashing again. They already have 4 offensive rebounds. Lazy pass stolen away.
Everybody went on down the floor.
And then Years. No. More. Yes. And then a steal. And an easy deuce off the turnover for Miles. And Coach Gates is not
more aware and alert on that play. Simple basketball play.
Bates has all 5 Mizzou points. And that pass sailing out of bounds. Perkins unable to haul it in.
For the Volunteers.
And it's just great to see the right knee's okay.
No doubt.
MRI after that win against Florida, everything was checked out and cleared.
All rattled. He wants another. Instead, passes up. Tamar Bates now on the attack. Cruz can't handle it. So that might be the first Missouri mistake of this second half. And watch this. Grill is. Let me ask you this very quickly. It's a road game, okay? This place was jumping. But if you're Mizzou, first game of the day. So sometimes you just get up and play. Is there an advantage there?
Has it tapped away by Grill. Lets it fly. That's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Klapke gets it back. They didn't stop the play because Mizzou had the ball.
And I was surprised. That small on big, big on small. They'll change and they'll be aggressive.
And the steal, it was Perkins who forced it. And the errant pass, ball back to Arkansas. So a tough break there.
Good seal by big man Z down below. Allowed Wagner to get to the rim. You know what? A few good defensive possessions early by Arkansas. Another turnover by Missouri. A little bit sloppy.
Bates bottled up. Bates going to try to dribble out of it. Runs into his own guy. And Condon is there to corral it. No need for Mizzou over the last 3.5 minutes.
I like that mature decision. Attack. Oh, that's too lazy of a pass.
Steal by Edwards. And that's got to be a goaltend. The shot clock ticking down to 7. Bates gets in the lane. Bates stuck. Bates got stripped. Great defense by McLaughlin. It's a 3-on-2. And a tough pass. And a beautiful hit the shot over Bates.
He has great springs when he posts up and he elevates. 2-on-1.
Kelly bounce pass behind the back. Theo Barrett getting some work from Missouri. The freshman out of Oklahoma City.
Developmental players, but these young emerging players, they can do some things on the floor that can really help this team in rotational minutes.
Here's a steal, and it's Missouri's 4th turnover. The lob. Missouri able to.
I know when Mark Mitchell might go for the block, reverse it, use the rim to protect the ball, and finish with a soft reverse.
Stolen by Corey Cotton. Bounce pass in transition. Pierre the spin, lost the handle. Missouri trailed by as many as 4 in the second half. Bates loses it out of bounds and a turnover. The Tigers have just completely turned the tables.
Robinson double team. Defensive adjustment here by LIU to start the second half. Another steal. Malachi Davis one-on-one. The putback by Brown.
And Missouri with great defense. Josh Gray, 7-footer.
And the feed stolen away by Harris.
He's done that 10,000 times, especially in this community. Whatever it is now, 60 minutes has been bad basketball.
And a Missouri turnover.
I'll say it again because they're Kansas. You get a stop, maybe you hit a shot, get it to within 10. But Mizzou, just can't argue about it, and that would help Kansas if they can score.
Once again, Missouri using plenty of clock. And a foul by Storr. We got a jump ball, possession arrow to Kansas.
Well, you know Bates is going to...
The freshman from Miami checks in for Dennis Gates in Missouri.
And you're going to like Allen, an outstanding defender, also good on the offensive end. Petritus with a knockaway.
And the feed from Javon Blacksher and laid in by
80%.
Cal's made the most of the Missouri turnovers. Mizzou's turned it over 5 times. Cal's got 10 points out of it. And now another turnover.
And Cal is so active with their hands defensively. Well, they've changed up defensively. Blacksher now on Bates.
Knocked away, Javon Blacksher, and a foul as Ritas Petritus was looking to throw it up ahead.
Almost turning it over there, and now Missouri does come up with a steal. Bates, one-on-one, tried a little behind-the-back pass for Robinson, stolen away by Walter Hamilton. And here comes MVSU, poked right away. Tamar Bates comes out with it, couldn't find Gray. Bodies all over the floor. Tate is on the floor now. He got a timeout call. Miscommunication there. Missouri with the steal. And miscommunication on the other end. Bates expected Grill to go further to the hoop. Missouri still pressure here from Strong as Perkins brings it up. Missouri matching their largest lead of the ball game at 14. The foul away from the ball.
With the rough shooting half of the Missouri Tigers
against Missouri. Sorry.
With the
AI now, artificial intelligence. It's just the technology nowadays. It's staggering, and that runner was good to be put on the board here to make it 31-29 by Jamin Brown. One of 3 members from Clemson on this team. Here's the reversal from the corner. Poplar attacks in, and he does the two-handed flush.
Wow.
Going high upstairs there, and concluded with LSU. Had some big moments there, though they didn't make the NCAA tournament. Led a dramatic win over Oklahoma. Had a big win over Arkansas. For the Razorbacks, turned through getting it underneath, and now Osobor kicks it out to the corner, trying to drive his way in. Gasson changed his direction and got the angle to deliver. Decided to just take the shot clock violation. We'll see who tries to do it. Meshack will try to be the guy, and he does. He hits the 101 mark.
In the country in defensive efficiency. That's not Chris Jans's ball. Hubbard left wide open. That one does not go in. Melendez offensive rebound.
Butler. He had Brea waiting in the corner. Oweh takes it himself. Gray was all over.
Floater by Caleb Grill. Sliding in the back door. Elvis sidestep for 3. And the rebound volleys out top.
5 on the shot clock. Collins lets it go. No good. Rebound.
With a full head of steam.
Knox leans into one with 2 on him, and he hits the 3. What a shot for
rookies in the league. Little hesitation here, trying to go to work on Mitchell. Holloway can't shake Bates. That is a difficult shot falling away.
He has a very...
Bo Diabate, baseline drive, finishes with the left.
As a team, one of the best in the league at 37%. Missouri's so good at drawing defenders.
Rise and fire, baseline jumper is
Offensively. Trying to spread the defense from sideline to sideline.
driving take, everything but the bucket, but Godwin so active on the offense. Bucket. John L. Davis gets the visitors a new 20. They try to work it around. Bates closes out on Davis. Davis to the rim, and he lays it in.
Why don't the Razorback fans want to see a rough and tumble 0-19 in league play a year ago? Clayton, nifty move. Clayton with an and one. The All-American.
Good ball movement, good body movement.
Baseline drive and a little hops displayed by Chris Magnon.
Only took 2 official field goal attempts at Auburn, but no points, as you saw first time this year. He went scoreless.
I've seen all year by any team.
20-point lead for Mizzou. There's a Carter 3 to answer. Trying to stem the tide somewhat for LSU.
Over to your primary ball handler position when you're missing a guy for a game. Missouri with that swarming defense. Flying in for the rebound is Aiden Shaw. In some of Mizzou's closer non-conference games, they already trust him to make the right decision. Runner no good by Simpson. Warwick ends up with the rebound.
Well, Alabama State through the first 10 minutes of this game, really active hands, doing a great job of poking the ball away.
Hines, the drive, can't get it to go. Good box out by Bates. Under 30 seconds to play in the half. Sean Fulcher just into the game. Madlock the offensive rebound and stick back.
Matchup zone.
Yakachonis, no. And he goes right back to the three-point line. Pierce yanks it down. Swing to Boswell. Gets a half step on Bates. Push shot good. 13 for Kevin Boswell. Fantastic holiday thrill this is. Missouri and Illinois always delivers. So does Jokic Jonas. 19.
Easier for their offense as well.
It's interesting, too. You saw that graphic because Jacksonville State does not foul often. Atuka is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
Brent Davis able to recover. Malachi Davis. Little teardrop and 6 straight from the Sharks.
Yeah, it's a quick little
5 minutes. Mayo all alone. And the Lawrence native out of Lawrence High School by way of South Dakota.
That's an offense.
Vitas Petritis, the runner across the key, deflected out by Madi Sissoko.
And how do we stop the other team from scoring?
First appearance for T.O. Barrett, the freshman from Oklahoma City, part of this heralded.
The side arm, he likes to the chicken wing as a little push-off.
Mizzou's made their last 6 from the field. The offensive rebound and a hard.
Deeper right wing for Jones. Jadis Jones bounces top of the key. Browning. Rip through move. Drives left side of the lane. Blocked by Bates off the glass. Pulled down by Gray. Outlet Robinson right.
It's a couple of words for him, and now it looks like Marks is going to check back in. That's life as a freshman, isn't it? Almost a steal by Grill. Anthony Robinson started at point. Deep team. Washington drives and draws a foul on Mark Mitchell.
I'll tell you what, Washington.
Half minutes against Howard, but looked good when he was out there. Here's Cook. Driving, gets to the bucket.
That can't happen right there. There's got to be a plug, and they can't switch with his athleticism, that motor that you talked about, Ben, his toughness. They got guys that can't guard and cut off the water and pump.
Robinson guarding the baseline. He just came in and
A live basketball, and Tamar Bates steals it. It almost went out of bounds. He'll pick it up, try a 3. It won't go down.
Good swing around the key. Bates gets it back, gets another crack at it.
You know, we can go up, we can expand our lead, or if you're behind, hey, we can cut into a lead. It's a 2-point game right now.
Ball is stolen by Tamar Bates. Up ahead, the one-handed. He's in the right hand. Is Muga Poplar. Poplar gets downhill, runs into 2 defenders, loses the rock. Tamar Bates has got it. Throws it up ahead, and that shot will not count for Carter, and it's a 70 by Ty Johnson. Poplar keeps the pivot foot, doesn't drag it. Now he'll put it on the deck and diving for the steal. What hustle and effort there as Tamar Bates is able to get it, and then Locken can't.
A good catch and gather there, just doing the simple things well.
Getting him off his feet and Locken, but unable to finish it was Gassan.
Dennis Gates has changed this defense when they came out of the timeout. Only 1-3-1. Oh, great pass. Oh, good, even better hands.
Bates strips McLaughlin. He was about to dunk it.
Duke was on him. We know what Grill can do. Catch and release. Moves well without the ball. Gets that inside foot planted and goes up quickly. Lucas Duke was on the backside too late.
And so here's their forte, isn't it? The steal.
Switching defenses right now by the Missouri Tigers.
Davis needing some help, and it's Missouri with a steal. Warwick sees Big Z and decides to pull.
Missouri has to block out and only allow Alabama 1 shot.
They are a solid offensive rebounding team. Very high efficiency. Sears gets swallowed up that time after he picked up out
and
riled up again.
I think Mark Sears has an argument. When you guard somebody, they can't just go through you. They can go around you, but not through. Another turnover, and here come the Tigers.
Mitchell lead. 1:05 left. Alabama. What do they do here? Phylon lost the handle. So did Bates. Stevenson on it. Sears puts it in.
Caleb Grill, quarterback in high school.
8-point game, 50 seconds to go. Oh, Holloway lost it, and a foul on Holloway. That'll send Bates back.
By Kobe Elvis. Elvis takes it with the left, tried to drop off the pass down low to Wagee, but it wasn't there.
Aggies without a point. Almost 5 minutes. Bates slams it down. Tied at 49.
This game.
Milicic, and that was Bates. He snuck into the last minute. Perkins. Well, Ziegler wanted the three. The pass was behind him. They'll spin it off the glass and two. Strong in the steal by Bates.
And they got numbers. Milicic trailing the play. It's 5-on-4. Contact.
Yeah, the brawny, wide body, fifth-year senior from Brooklyn. He's got his first field goal. Screen and roll, punched away by Bates.
Lazy pass. I'm going to get away with
his grill right back to Bates.
Well, Arkansas hoping for a couple of things to go right here. They've been down for much of the game. Ball back to the tie.
Primarily because of defense or lack thereof, they're much better in that department this year. Errant pass, and that's going to lead to an easy bucket the other way. Robinson on a two-hand slam. Condon can't handle the pass down low. That's an extra possession. And Condon tears away the rebound and then gives it right back up. He never saw Bates. Mitchell
shots when he's had to, and defensively.
Martin bottled up. Martin coughed it up.
And they want to run here. Advance pass to that corner.
And Martin tosses it out, trying to chase it down. He does. Wins the foot race, and then Bates steals it. Thunderous slam for Trent Pierce. Great.
Just a few days ago with Oklahoma and A&M. A couple of players going on an absolute heater. Hopefully we'll have a few of those here today. Another turnover forced by that suffocating. Edwards with 7. Lost it. Another steal for Mizzou. Here comes Bates. Bates all the way, draws the foul. Official field goal attempts at Auburn, but no points, as you saw first time this year. He went scoreless. Bates, Mitchell. Good ball movement, Sears.
Wow. How about the Missouri get back defensively?
And Bates stepped in the passing lane and picked that off from Carter. Takes it the other way. Carter took it. It's around Gibbons. There's Collins, who caused him to adjust the shot, and a steal by Bates.
Well, that's a nice option. Marcus Allen takes it strong to the hoop. Bates with the steal. 2-on-1. Perkins. No on the putback.
A little late to get it back to Pierre, who was left in as much space as he ever finds. Tamar Bates strips it from him. Pierce leads the break.
Plays about, especially in today's college basketball with transfers.
Inbound pass knocked away, stolen by Bates.
Good to see Tamar Bates make a play on the
largest lead of the game for Mizzou. Tipped away by Bates.
You mentioned Tommy coming home.
He was a Jordan Brand All-Star coming out of Piper High School in the Kansas side of Kansas City. Sloppiness continues. This is very un-Kansas-like. Counterintuitive that Missouri can be the third best scoring team in the country at 91 a game, yet using so much clock. Here's a big reason why. Bates' steal. And one!
A number of ways he can beat you.
Loose ball. Here comes Missouri racing out. Jacob Cruz. And he misses a layup. Christian. First appearance for T.O. Barrett, the freshman from Oklahoma City, part of this heralded Mizzou recruiting class. And he's by himself, but it's left.
Mark Mitchell with a 3. He's only 20% three-point shooter.
And a turnover by Cal. Mark Mitchell in a 3, and Stojakovic the rebound. Here comes Cal racing up the floor. They have numbers, but the steal by Robinson couldn't control it, and now Bates does. Countering Missouri. Tony Perkins, the drop-off.
A great opportunity for Coach Gates having him back this year to be able to really push pace and play aggressively.
Miscommunication, and Tamar Bates takes advantage. Jones, Reinhardt, a little bit of space. Brown goes down low, but he threw it to the other team.
Tamar Bates, again, with great help side defense, impacted this game and helped Missouri stretch this lead out.
He brings a lot of energy. Brown, steal by Bates, his second of the day. Trent Pierce down the floor, Mizzou team that we've seen more often this season. Down low for Gardner, another steal. That was created by Bates. Tigers looking to run again. Three no good. Rebound hauled in by Winkle. McClain getting booed by the Mizzou Arena crowd after those fouls on Robinson earlier, and the steal by Bates. Missouri on the run.
And you talked about Ben, his toughness. They got guys that can't guard and cut off the water and pump.
Robinson guarding the baseline. He just came in and a turnover forced. Robinson in transition. Hockey across to Mason Williams. Miscommunication there. Missouri with the steal. And miscommunication on the other end.
I think what Howard should do is really put emphasis on really moving the ball and getting quality shots. And if you're Missouri, continuing to apply pressure on the defensive end to create offense.
There you go. 3-on-1 break. Bo Tang.
Like Memphis has figured it out, as Penny Hardaway promised us at halftime.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass for Hunter. He could not corral it. Memphis turns it over for an 11th time. That could have been. But got the rebound. Oh, a block by Jourdain. Perkins threw it up. Jourdain blocked it. Down at the other end. Again, a dangerous pass, and that's going to turn into two for Missouri.
Oh, 4 times on those baseline out of bounds under with that zone look. Backdoor move, pretty play. Condon with the pass to Martin. Condon and Hauker just a picking Bates. like what you did there, huh? Wide open three, too strong. And a great rip rebounder. Can Matthews get it to him? He can, and he rises, comes up just short. Gray, here they go again. Perkins
on the court. He reads the game extremely well to take advantage of it with his skill set.
Here's Wagner, his first shot off the mark, and a rebound goes to Mitchell.
Ooh, I thought he was going to kick it out to Caleb Grill for a tray. Get him going.
Maybe of the logo variety. Here's Phelps. In and out. And Garcia over the back.
Tennessee back to work. Man, every possession is magnified in a game like this.
Lanier, the quick trigger again. That's another three.
And Rick Barnes gets the loop.
Matthew Morrell to the rim. Heard a lot.
Moving the basketball to set up those shots.
Yeah, he said he didn't want it to stick. But Rodney Terry, obviously that run he made to the Elite Eight Big 12 tournament title, he knows what he's doing. He needs.
Indiana player, 2 years there. You mentioned Tommy coming home.
He was a Jordan Brand All-Star coming out of Piper High School in the Kansas side of Kansas City.
That's the opposite of the plus 22 they were in the paint on Friday. What a look there at Cook with the finish. An absolute dime by Williams. Cook on the other one, Marcus Allen. 4 points now to go along with 3 rebounds in 5 minutes for Marcus Allen. That's efficiency. 3 no good. Rebound hauled in by Winkle.
Yeah, so if you're Howard this half, I think what Howard should do is really put emphasis on really moving the ball and getting quality shots. And if you're Missouri, continuing to apply pressure on the defensive end.
Handoff just in front of the bench. Step back move for Poulikitis as the shot clock sounds, and it's a violation. So it's almost easier to tell you who. On Mike Duman in the white jerseys alongside James Blackburn. I am Matt Hatfield, our camera operators today.
SER, Preciser. They are here, and they are new for White, so great job there on the team defense. As this game now is starting to get a little up and down. It had slowed down.
With them, former players Trey Gomillion is a grad assistant on his staff and has been a part of his recent teams. So he understands how to build teams and keep people connected.
Second triple of the night for Grill. He's 2 out of 5 from distance. Young blood, who has been a much more effective three.
Caney from 15. Gray corrals it.
11 a couple of times. They fell behind 18-2, so it was a big hole they were in early. Flands watched it go halfway down and out.
Running the offense, making big shots when he's had to, and defensively.
Martin bottled up. Martin coughed it up. He likes to get out and deny. You got to use the backdoor cut.
They
for
are
Richard.
Everywhere. Missouri is suffocating right now. Richard, no, and the follow-up by Chinyelu.
It's pure.
Carter can't answer with a three of his own.
Yeah, that's where he's really good. His length, his mobility, downhill driver, but he's versatile.
Yakachonis right over the top of Bates. There's Ike. Tigers been to the free throw line 8 times, Kansas only twice. And a throwaway by A.J. Storr. In the month of December, they get Illinois in the bragging rights game right before Christmas in St. Louis. Just fell off the rim for Zeke Mayer.
I do like
Missouri teams under Norn.
I'll be honest, Tom. I don't have an answer for Kansas.
Storr with a sidewinner.
I mean, they're not making shots.
Since the renewal of this rivalry with Missouri and the SEC, it has been decidedly one-sided.
Along the perimeter, shot clock under 10. They'll try to throw it along the baseline to Taylor. His corner three ball is short, and the rebound goes to Huntley. Attempt to fall on this possession. However, it'll remain with Mike Duman in the white unis as number 7, Wade Taylor the fourth of Texas A&M. This past year, three-pointer for Neal won't go down. We have a whistle, and it's going to be a foul. 15-point deficit now for Mike Duman, which could be headed for now. Wade Taylor the fourth has it. Little no-look style pass to Jemiah Neal, who tries a shot with 5 on the shot clock. No good. Rebounded by Degenhart. Davis with the dribble in the front court. Gets rid of it over to Ty Johnson, who got cooking in the second half last night. Here's a corner three for Wooga Poplar, the Villanova guard, 6'5" basketball. Started out with the Indiana Hoosiers and then concluding with the Missouri Tigers. Here's a kick-out corner three ball for Janelle Davis, and that one's buried. And
terrific pass.
Starting to hit threes at almost 40% this past year. Started 56 games at Cincinnati, then transferred to Clemson. Here's a deep-range shot that's going to be buried. He totaled 1,774 points in his 4 seasons at East Carolina. Long-range attempt as the shot clock was ticking down. It's going to go off the back of the
What your strengths are.
What's interesting to me is if you check a lot of different places, he was listed by some as a guard, some as a wing, some as a power forward. He's still trying to find that identity, but he definitely, as you said, Osobor on the move over to Mayo. A hoop right here will make things really interesting. And there's a deep range connection. Matthew Cleveland. Paulo sets the screen. Here's Baldwin. Skips it to Meshack. He'll try a three, and he'll make one. Largest lead of the night for Portsmouth.
In that last timeout, your play in the last minute was a statement. He then held up his hand and said, we are right there. We are so close. He was emphasizing turnovers, doing the lift.
Up, and Florida just didn't talk it out. Chinyelu back on the floor. Here's Richard to try again. And again, too strong, and they do a good job.
Fans that come here. Well, he's playing all the right cards here in Nashville, and a massive game coming up next.
Game plan, set it to the corner for a three, deflected out of bounds. And they will get another 20. Martin, splash.
What are you going to do, huh? What are you? Good job to switch out on that get action by Hubbard.
100%. Too long with a strong three from the corner.
Wrong with their shot within the game. He'll fix it going forward.
In a separate conversation, balance was the same word he brought up to me. There's a three from the corner, right in front of the bench. Jones Jr.
On court right now.
Martin Williams kicks it into the corner. He's a great passing big man. Mark Pope says it's not by mistake. They do a great job. Batted away by Warwick. Bray at midcourt. Carr saves it. Oweh! Yes! Ortega Oweh with a second chance.
50, 40, 75. It's hard to get all three categories.
Magnon lines up the three, and he is fouled. And Bates hit
all season long for Dennis Gates.
Magnon. Nickel won't go.
They got exactly what.
Unequivocally, one of the better home court advantages in college basketball this season. Davis, watch that one go in and out. That is a strong, largest advantage of the evening for the Tigers that dominate teams in this building.
Right, can't hit the three. Foul underneath.
Under 10 minutes to play here in this first half. Arkansas with a 2-point lead. Thero, he'll step into a three. And Pierce will grab the board.
About 4 points. Getting something going here will be huge for your momentum.
Here's Davis!
How do we quit turning it over? How do we make a stop or two and continue to shoot well?
Yeah, Sears can cash in. Buckets that. What do they do here? Phylon lost the handle. So did Bates. Stevenson on it. Sears cashes in. A wild scramble. I mean, John, 110. 110 today. Second time this season, but this, of course, the most impressive.
A last-second turnover on Demery. 3-ball from the wing is off the mark, and here comes Mizzou. Been a well-played first half by both sides. 3-ball, Georgia. All of a sudden now the Dogs have a 3-1 action.
Basicki running the point. C.J. Wilcher on the floor for the first time. He's a sharpshooter, and he shows you why.
That's a
Ranked inside the top 15 so far this year. Okpara off the mark. He'll get it back. Never grazed the rim, and that's Ziegler from downtown. That's a great sign for Tennessee. You think back 2 years ago in this arena, it came down to a buzzer beater for Mizzou from 3. And DeAndre Golson near off the mark. Phillips.
Right. We've talked about his range, but I don't think anybody expected him to be able to shoot it from there. That is just great concentration, leg strength, balance.
Harris, I think I did the math. That's about 4.
He needs this kind of effort that you see this early in the game.
So Johnson, no, his second attempt, no good. So 2 quick misses.
Rotation. It's a younger Arkansas team.
And the Razorbacks need a lift right now. They need a couple buckets, a couple stops, get a little better feel for themselves, get some confidence going.
Davis wants to corner 3, way off. Mizzou gets
The same this year.
Well, Florida has to look for those back cuts. Missouri's going to be aggressive on the wings. Felt like Will Richard was open on that backdoor cut. See, now Mizzou switches into that zone 1-3-1, giving you a different look.
Another air ball 3. I mean, Florida has shot. Condon passed up the 3. Drive and kick. Richard, yes. Splashes home. And Missouri will throw this out there from time to time. Clayton on a deep 3, no. There's what Haupt gives you. Sets up Richard. Yes. Huge. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Will.
Turnover on Mizzou. Hogarth. Open shooter. Open 3 is drilled by Magnon. Three from the corner. Grill flying in.
And hasn't won an SEC game in a long time. Hungry for a win.
3 right corner. Gibbons off the heel. Offensive rebound.
Jones catch, shoot, make it.
He's a shooter.
For Jones, no good. Boy, kept alive by Johnson. They'll reset. Long 3 from the logo. Kelly buries it from the.
Ball fake, penetrating kick by Simpson. Corner 3. Rims in. That's a.
Very patient possession for the Illini this time. 3 good. Gibbs Lawhorn.
Franklin beat the timer, couldn't get it, but chases his own finish.
Big time defense to offense sequence there from Missouri.
Ray Harper has 2 timeouts left, doesn't use one. Cotton has it rim out.
That was halfway.
Heel, offensive rebound home. Brigham again. Top bounce pass, Cotton straight on 3, way off the mark. Rebound Mitchell.
Dickinson. Limited touches against Creighton in the loss in Omaha. Point for 3. Jayhawks 0 for 3. He had 4 points a game last year. He's tripled that this season. Checking in at 12 a game. Point off the mark with that 3. Dickinson, another offense. 12 rivals. Harris off the mark. Missouri came back earlier that year by down 19.
Good shots. Good shots. Got to take them. It's not taking any fakes outside, and when he drives it, they've not bought any of his ball fakes.
Offensive rebound, Monty Sissoko, the kick out. Stojakovic missing the three. And the back stops when Dennis was an assistant to Leonard Hamilton at Florida State. Dickie Nutt was on that staff, as well as worked with Dennis at Cleveland State, as Jeremiah Wilkinson knocks down time. Joshua Ola-Joseph. And the rebound, Peyton Marshall for Missouri.
Season high 16 for Tony Perkins. Driving Jackson right side through Trell. Tees up a three and missed it. Rebound Bates.
Bone Magic out of a timeout.
Missouri using that size advantage again. Just into the game, Dante Sawyer misses his first shot, tapped by Caleb.
I mean, defensively, he's just one of those guys that just plays extremely hard every time that he's out there on the floor. I mean, he really fights tooth and nail defensively and offensively.
Really can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Gardner. Open in the corner, Lamar Washington. No good from three. Battle for the board in the game for Missouri. A little sloppy defensively for the Tigers. No surprise they go to the freshman Allen. Been a lockdown defender. Tussling down low. The foul
just speaks to the impact that he made on those players.
Eagles got a timeout call in before the 5-second call, so they've retained the possession and knocked down a three. It's Cook's first bucket of the night. Board and a bucket is what they love to see from the 7-footer. Out of traffic, Dockery for three. And that's keeping Howard in this game. They found the three-point shot. Harris. Guarded by Gray. Nice find for Dockery in the corner. Gray the rebound. Let's hear for Howard. Johnson gets it in strong. Rejected by Tamar Bates. Sent that one into the second row. Blue Devils.
Yeah, Missouri isn't shy with the experience.
Jump stop Haggerty. To Carter. Got it.
Love that P.J. Haggerty's plan off of two going to do on the next possession.
Three from the wing for Rogers, and he drains it.
To the Chicago Combine, and if they're not getting there, they're hoping to get an invitation to a workout during this at an NBA facility.
Bates, a lot of players will have that green light. Some have it on the fluorescent green style, though.
Well, I haven't seen a yellow light or anything but a green light, but.
Roger Brown's Restaurant. He'll be in action coming up at 7 o'clock tonight.
Cats up two, looking to add to it. Ole gets by Bates. Gray was waiting. And into the hands of Caleb Drill.
Bates staying in front of Fears. And he got into no man's land. Just left his feet, couldn't shoot it.
It's a mismatch in the low post with Jonas Adu.
Davis, pull-up jumper, short, and it's Mitchell with the two-hand board.
It's to Bates. Bates puts it in. Caleb Grill, quarterback in high school. 8-point game, 50 seconds to go. Oh, Holloway.
Aggies without a point. Almost 5 minutes of their last 7. There goes Phelps. Really in the air for a moment that time. Created it.
Ziegler picked up by Bates. Timer down to 4. Zakai, the hesitation. Empty position.
Edwards with 7. Lost it. Another steal for Mizzou.
LSU for a year and then 3 years at South Carolina.
Young man out of Brooklyn, New York, averaging a little less than 3 a game. Little teardrop doesn't go. Dylan Cardwell knocks it out of
Oswell. Illini want to push it. And the step through rolls home for Trey White. The Illini fans, something to cheer.
Man, Dort has been fabulous off the bench.
Andre Stojakovic spins it in. 15 straight for Cal.
Middle for Jones takes it, guarded by Bates. Rip through move, drives now towards the right block. Hanging, missed and got fouled.
Possessions, well, just didn't fall. But two your best scorers, best playmakers, trying to go get one here late.
McLean gets one for Eastern Washington, and a quick
jump by Tamar Bates at the rim was the most essential play of that sequence, because he contested the shot and didn't reach over, didn't foul.
Cisse, who has just checked in for Memphis, prepped here in the city at Lausanne, started his career at Memphis. That one is knocked out of bounds. It was blocked, but knocked out.
He thought Huntley was going to dive ball side, and Huntley went weak side.
Bounce pass down low, and Breakfield's going to get it from Jemiah. Now, you touched on it, not just his scoring ability. Not directly attributed to Sanders, however, his team gives it up, and it remains an 8-point game here. So if Norfolk Sports Club can capitalize, they can make it a 2-possession game here. Here's Carter. 8-point lead. Oh, what a ferocious finish there inside.
Backdoor move again. Martin met at the rim. There's hustle by Ms. Tigers. Can they get that key stop? It's down to 5. Hauk double team finds his buddy Condon.
That's the payoff that Todd Golden says, fine, we're going to play here and now solidly in that NCAA tournament.
That didn't go as well as Richard would have hoped. He would have liked to see that thing of players in college basketball.
Now up to 2,425 career points. Magnan cuts, can't get it to go. Mitchell the rebound.
Dennis Gates has changed his defense when they came out of the timeout. Only 1-3-1. Oh, great pass. Oh, good, even better hands. Can win here. They cannot turn it over, get high-quality shots. This guy can deliver shots for you.
That's a high-quality one. Little late whistle. I think it might be the right whistle in Murray's crowd in this building. Ben Bozeman's Verdonk, the 5-man out onto the floor. Scares the offensive board. Davis puts it back in.
Davis against his old.
So you can hear the crowd riled up again.
I think Mark Sears has an argument. When you guard somebody, they can't just go through you. They could go around.
Taylor on the board.
Miles is getting some really good looks.
Beers knocks it off to the slashing Jalen Moore, who will go.
Can battle you inside, and they've produced this year on offense. The lob to Phillips. They look. 9 different Tigers have scored in this game. Milicic, and that was Bates. Way home in our second half. Here in Knoxville, Milicic, pass Grill, the dump off to Phillips. Missed it twice, Milicic again.
Guys, I had a coach who used to tell me, Nolan Richardson, you can give a kid a fish and feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. So if you can instill.
No, got to score quickly, got to foul quickly, got to try to steal quickly. Everything's got to happen in a hurry.
Comes into Morrell, there's a block, gets his own miss, goes back up, and Bates!
Lost in the first round, primarily because of defense or lack thereof. They're much better in that department this year. Errant pass, and that's going to lead.
Shot off the mark from Jamal Fuller. An offensive rebound for LIU. Davis, good pass, and Terrell Strickland has the first points of the day.
It's a beautiful
John Harris won a state championship playing for Jim Scanlon at Rockbridge High School. Back cut, and an easy look for Zeke Mayo. They took Missouri's out. Missouri comes out. The shot they get is Mark Mitchell with a 3. He's only 20% three-point shooter.
And a turnover by.
And this is the up and down the floor Mizzou team that we've seen more often this season. Down low for Gardner, another steal. That was
done once we start getting to the bulk of the season.
2 on each other again, Robinson and McLean. Good cut by Cook, and he finishes. Final 15 seconds at Mizzou Arena for the first time this season. Slam down for Howard.
Memphis having a tough time to get it in bounds. There's the alley-oop. No, good defense there by Scoop Bates, who came over and then.
Look like Memphis has figured it out, as Penny Hardaway promised us at halftime.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass for Hunter. He could not corral it.
Springs off the floor, and that 3-pointer was answered by Jamil Telford of the last 2 at Butler.
These players, and
yeah, it's just been a fun week as we see. It looks like a little matchup zone here.
Oh, a deep three from Wade Taylor, the fourth of Texas A&M. Huntley making it happen. 39-37 is the count. Here's Janelle Davis. His three ball spins out. Degenhart's got. He's in the right hand. Is Muga Poplar. Poplar gets downhill, runs into two defenders, loses the rock. Tamar Bates has got it. That shot missed. Rebounded inside by Ty Johnson. Poplar keeps the pivot foot, doesn't drag it. Now he'll put it on the deck and diving for the steal. What hustle? Cleveland kicks it out. Ace Baldwin using the screen from Ballo. Gets into the body of Tamar Bates and misses the runner, but a couple of free throws coming with 1-0.
On Josh Gray. Murphy may have impacted that. Harris, no good, and Kugel had it for a second. And from our angle.
Edwards, little crossover, scoop shot off the window, and Dennis Gates says you just gave him 2 points.
For three. But Ugasuka's on him. We know what Grill can do. Catch and release. Moves well without the ball. Gets that inside foot planted and goes up quickly. Ugasuka's offensive rebound. They must attack the glass. Missouri has to block out and only allow Alabama one shot.
They are a solid offensive rebounding team. Very high.
I'll talk trash to my teammates to get them ready.
Kansas City kid.
Phelps, left-handed delivery in traffic.
That's what
hands for Tamar Bates.
That's what they didn't have in the first half, but they came on in the second half, made some tough ones.
Taylor threw it up, too strong. Marcus out.
Rebound.
Yeah, grown man rebound right up there by the rim. I like the push here, though, by Texas. Largest lead. And more! Trey Johnson. Pull up. Nice touch by Jason Kent. Transfer from.
Plus the 5 rebounds, couple of blocks as well. Arkansas hoping for a couple of things to go right here. They've been down for much of the season, started right after Mark Byington took the job. McLaughlin is their closest thing to a true big man. In the lane, Hogard wanted a whistle.
3 right now, all time in Division I active scoring. Cam Carter, too strong. Miller had a chance for the rebound, but it's in the game, hitting 5 of their first 11 from the field. They're just 1 of 8 since then. Givens from the free throw line off the front rim.
Second half.
The double dribble. This is such a huge game. You want to trust your veteran player.
Get the line, I go after him. Bates gets beat off the dribble, then knocks it away from him. 6'6" freshman point guard. Now Bates picks him up. Got a half step. Fadeaway over Mitchell. Good. Castros Yakachonas puts Illinois.
The big transfer addition, making up for the transfer subtraction of Kiki Tandy. In the lane, Pierre hits.
That's his game right there. That just side ankle.
Brigham. A little late to get it back to Pierre, who was left in as much space as he ever finds. Tamar Bates strips it from him.
Getting all those deflections.
Forced 8 turnovers in the first half, scored 10 points off those turnovers. Aggressive take, Malachi Davis.
Beautiful adjustment in the air.
And gets it to go home. It is counterintuitive that Missouri can be the 3rd best scoring team in the country at 91 a game, yet using so much clock. Here,
get it inside, and Monty Sissoko clears for count.
And Mark Madsen was up quickly because Tamar Bates does not miss many open looks, and they can't allow that to happen.
Strip from Andrei Stojakovic.
Great defense.
And here comes Missouri. Last time these two teams met in a situation like this where it's a conference challenge, they were both in different leagues as Jeremiah Wilkinson is fouled by Tamar Bates.
Looking for Cook. Missouri had him defended. 13 to shoot as Zaki puts it up. It's into the hands of Grill.